Mecca Ish here. Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about WWE Elite, WWE Network Spotlight, Big Boss Man. Let's do it.
Step out of your world and step in.
For you WWE Elite collectors out there, I present to you the Big Boss Man from, as you can see right there, the WWE Network Spotlight series, which took me by surprise. You know, normally you see WWE Elite Series 39, 40, 41, etc. Had no idea that there was going to be a WWE Network Spotlight line, but pleasantly surprised. Sometimes you go to Toys R Us and you pick up these Elite figures, or you see these Elite figures that you didn't even know were coming out. Very cool to have the Boss Man from Cobb County, Georgia. He's going to be inducted into the 2016 Hall of Fame, so it's great to have this action figure in Elite form. And I think well deserved to go into the Hall of Fame. Was a very iconic, memorable figure back in the 80s, the WWF era. So cool having him in our collection. Yep. Take a look at the rest of the box. See Elite, Boss Man. Great view. If you want to keep him closed in the box, that'll be perfectly fine, as he is showcased excellently. Excellently. So if you want to keep him in the box, I love this style of box packaging. And you got some artwork on the side there, WWE Network Spotlight. Same deal on the back with some stats. 6'7", 330 pounds. His signature move is the Boss Man Slam from Cobb County, GA. Saturday night's main event, 1989, is the ring attire he is rocking in this action figure. And this is his iconic look. You know, the policeman, right? The big Boss Man. Let's open him. Let's get him out of this package. And here we have the Big Boss Man, fresh out the package in WWE Elite form. Looking so iconic. You know, one of the more memorable characters of the 80s WWF era. We got the Big Boss Man. And again, this is his costume from 1989. And he is dressed for business. Nails, Mountie, watch out. My dude got handcuffs, and he has a nightstick. So you better comply. Now he also comes with those shades, which are a little too big in my opinion. It looks a little silly, but I'm glad that they added it. It adds more fun, more playability options. You can, you know, mix and match the accessories with other figures as well. So now let's take a closer look at the Big Boss Man. Those glasses easily removable. Yeah. Now I don't know how accurate this face sculpt looks. It doesn't. Like, when I see this face, I don't think Big Boss Man. When I see the entire figure, I think Big Boss Man. Not just because it says Big Boss Man there on his shirt, but because it's his iconic look. Like, you know the thing about WWE is their entertainment and their character based. So there's a lot of characters, and they have their styles. Like, you know, red and yellow Hogan, right? You know, Macho Man, you know how he looks. These are pretty much superheroes come to life. And this is the policeman gimmick. But yeah, it looks very cool. I'm digging it. Great head sculpt. You know, the likeness to Boss Man, not so sure, but I am digging the head sculpt for sure. All right. And great paint job there with his shirt, the baby blue. The Big Boss Man in letters is so clean. You got the black behind it, and then you got the clean yellow striping. The paintwork is just great on these figures. WWE Mattel line is amazing. I was not a big fan of the Jakks, the Jakks line before Mattel took over, just because they look silly, you know. But these guys are very accurate, highly articulated, highly sculpted, well painted. I mean, look at it. Look at the line work. Look at the strap. Right? Look at the stars. So clean. The paint is clean. You're gonna have a little miss, you know, here and there, but overall, his belt buckle, silver paint. Right? Look how clean this line is. You know, painting yellow, a bright color is yellow over a dark color like black. You don't get darker than that. Usually, you tend to see some bleeding or fading, but they did enough coating that it looks so clean. Look at that, straight line all the way down. Same with his left leg. Very nice. They did a great job. The strap painted well. Let's take off his nightstick. Let's put his accessories away. And let's talk about his articulation. Now, the thing that makes these WWE Elite figures so much fun. You know, Mattel has a nice sturdy plastic, right? So you can wrestle these toys. You can have them wrestle each other, bang them and throw them around and toss them around in the ring like you would in real life, right? But these toys won't. It takes a lot to break these figures. So they're very sturdy, very strong plastic. And let's see the articulation here. We got goes left to right, looks up about that far, looks down that far. So not too bad. Got an ab crunch. And my boy got a big ab. You know, this is the big boss man. And he's a big dude, one of the best big men in the business. And you hear that echoed a lot, you know, especially in WWE Network. And now that he's going to the 2016 Hall of Fame, you're going to hear it a lot more. They're going to talk about how good he moved for a big guy, which he did. He was very agile in the ring. People tend to forget that. And now let's talk about his articulation here in the shoulder. He has a 360 rotation. The arm goes up that far. And he has a bicep swivel, which is great. Plus he has single jointed elbow. He has a hinge at the wrist. And it also rotates. So a lot of mobility there in the arm. Besides the big ab crunch that he has, which is great. He can go that much forward. You know, your gut does get in the way when you're that big. And he can look up and arch his back that far. He also has a waist swivel. And he has his hips can kick out about that far. You can see the thigh cut there, the thigh rotation, which is great. His legs can kick up that high. Big boot. He has double jointed knees, which is fantastic for posability. Looks a little awkward when you do that, but it's great for posability and playability. And he has ankle rockers, which is good. Now these WWE Elite figures have weird ankle joints. I don't know if you can see it. You know, I love that they have the ankle rocker, but you got to be careful with these. Like, I don't see a hinge, not really, and I'm afraid to. You know, you see the ball right there; it's visible, and then it's on a little what do you call it? A thinner peg. It's hard to see from here, but just be careful. The ankle rocker is great. I wouldn't play too much with trying to get, you know, movement on the back of the heel and putting the toe up and all that dorsiflexion and all that stuff. Be careful because it might snap. So that's the only thing about these WWE Elite figures which I worry about. But I love that they have ankle rockers so you can get them in nice wide poses, and the ankles the ankle rockers will make the feet nice and flat on the floor. So great articulation, and that's the thing about these Elite figures, that they have a lot of articulation. Whereas the basic figures are missing, say, the ab crunch, you know, much less articulation. But WWE Elite figures are awesome. Now, I wanted to give you guys a size comparison with Bossman next to some other WWE Elite figures, and two of which you might have seen from the previous Toy Time with Ty video. We got Damien Mizdow and we got Psycho Sid. And we see how the big Bossman, who stands about 6 feet, 6 feet 7, how he should be taller than Mizdow, was about 6'1", 6'2", maybe even 6'3". Well, we got Psycho Sid, who stands 6 feet 9 and should be taller than Bossman. But the great thing, normally these figures are at the 7-inch scale, but Mattel does a great job of having all of them in scale with each other, where Psycho Sid is supposed to be taller than Bossman, and he is in the action figure, right? He's not shorter than Bossman. And the Mattel does a great job with the body types too. Bossman being the bigger, meaning more you know, how do you call it without being offensive? Having more girth at the waist, right? He's a big boy, whereas Psycho Sid is more muscular and more lean and has a slimmer waist. So they do a great job with these different body types. Like if you've seen Yokozuna, if you've seen Mark Henry, they have body types for every wrestler because the WWE has so many characters, all shapes and sizes, and they are represented very well in the WWE Collection series.
So there you have WWE Network Spotlight, WWE Elite figure, the Big Boss Man. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.